Hi traders, welcome to the new weekly forecast for the trading week beginning on Feb 3rd. Now in the previous week we had major announcements from various parts of the world. The central banks, they announced their new rate of interest. But Bank of England did not announce. So in the coming week, Bank of England is going to come up with their rate of interest policy, and the second major announcement is from the US market, that is related to non-farm payrolls. So let's go to the charts and find the new tradable opportunities for the coming week. So let's begin the chart analysis, and this week I'm going to skip the analysis of dollar index. Usually I always start from dollar, but this time I'm going to skip it and I'll move directly to the first instrument, that is Bitcoin. Now I would like to show you the long-term chart formation first. So here on the basis of 3-monthly chart, Bitcoin is clearly bullish. I need to bring my annotation tool. Give me a second. Okay, so let's start the chart analysis, and this time I'm going to skip dollar index, and the first instrument I've chosen is Bitcoin. Now I'm looking at the 3-monthly chart for Bitcoin versus US dollar, and based on 3-monthly time frame, it looks extremely bullish. We are getting high and higher high formation. Bullish momentum is good. I do not see any signs against on MACD lines or MACD histogram. Now let's move to the next lower time frame, that is 1-month chart. On 1-month chart, again, it has a formation of high, higher high, higher high, and higher high, and I do not see any signs against. In fact, there is a substantial gap between the blue line and the golden line of MACD. So monthly chart is also extremely bullish. Now we get the opportunity to apply Fib extension here. So first bullish Fib extension applied on monthly, and on the basis of monthly bullish Fib extension, the next extension target is 110.621, and once it crosses 1.618, the next destination on the monthly frame is 132.969. Now it's time to move to the next lower time frame, that is weekly chart. And here we go on the line chart. Now on the basis of weekly chart, I'm going to use the second Fib extension in the bullish direction. And we get the duplication again on 110, followed by 132 and 144. So 110 is now playing as a strong resistance. And I can see that there is drop of momentum on the monthly time frame, and the MACD lines have converged and the bullish momentum is fading out. Now I need to apply a vertical line. So we have taken the extension up to this level. Now I'm moving to daily chart. So let's apply extension on the daily time frame now. So the first Fib extension on daily time frame. Let's use a different color here, maybe blue. So right now it reached exactly 400%. The Fib extension cycle is completed on the daily chart, and I can see equal highs with loss of momentum, and MACD turns bearish. Apart from that, it's also forming lower high formation. So when I zoom in, you get to see that it formed equal highs followed by lower high, and now it's creating low and lower low. So on daily time frame, Bitcoin turns bearish, and this is the crucial support, which is at 91659. Let's move to the next lower time frame, that is 4H, and even on 4 hourly time frame, it developed the higher high formation with bearish divergence. Now it's containing style divergence here, and after that the buyers could not create a higher high, and we get to see lower high, and lower high. So this gives me the opportunity to apply fib extension in the bearish direction. So I'll start from the highest point. I'll go to the first major low created, and I'll connect with the lower high, and I'll change the extension color to red. So here we get the duplication, and the duplication comes at 96365. So 96365 is now the expected zone of support. If it breaks below 96365 on 4 hourly closure basis, then we can expect a deeper correction, and the next target could be 90,462 followed by 86844, and the duplication zone is coming around 7172 and 67,000. I still do not think that it's going for a deeper correction, so I think Bitcoin should stop around 9192. In fact, it looks like a ranging pattern. So after a massive bullish run, I think Bitcoin is stuck in the sideways consolidation, and we need a break above 110. Once it breaks above 110, then the next major destination is 115, 120, coming from various fib extension levels, but the crucial magnet zone is around 132. So I would like to see the behavior around 91, 92 and take the dip as an opportunity to buy. The next instrument is Swiss franc versus Japanese yen. And I'll start the analysis from the higher time frame, that is weekly. I'm going to zoom in. And on the basis of weekly time frame, it developed bearish divergence both on histogram and MACD lines. So this is the divergence I'm talking about, and I need to apply the BOS. So here the break of structure level comes around 162.95, and the buyers vanished and did not attempt to make a new high. In fact, it's continuously making lower highs now. So we can apply fib extension in the bearish direction. So starting from the highest point, connecting with the first low, and then connecting back to the lower high. So we get to see two lines coming closer. So this turns out to be our magnet zone, 162.03. Currently we are at 170.26. Now let's apply a vertical line on this lower high and move to the next lower time frame, that is daily. I'm going to apply the second fib extension in the bearish direction. And we are able to apply a second fib extension in the bearish direction because it's still continuously creating lower highs, and even lower lows are being formed here. Now when it's creating lower lows, I do not see any signs against. MACD lines are moving down and MACD histogram is also bearish. So no bullish divergence is visible on the chart. And it also broke the rising trend line support here. Now let's move to 4 hourly. And on the basis of 4 hourly, we get the opportunity to apply bearish divergence. Break of structure happened, and we have the bearish pattern on the chart. It's creating high, lower high, lower high, lower high, and lower high in conjunction with low, lower low, lower low, and lower low. when I'm comparing the last two major lows on 4-hourly chart, I do not see any divergence here. So MACD lines and MACD histogram, they are aligned in the bearish direction. Now there is a high probability that after breaking this rising trend line, the blue one which I've marked on the previous time frame, now we get to see some retracement here. So I'll apply fib retracement starting from this high, the last bearish move connecting with the lowest point. Now on 4-hourly time frame, the histogram turns bullish and I get to see a bullish crossover, which means it should create a pullback, and the pullback is to be taken as an opportunity to sell. So sell on the rise is the plan for yen pairs. I'm also going to connect a falling trend line here. So falling trend line, this is the first one which can be connected. Let's mark it red. And the next falling trend line comes here. And the next falling trend line can be applied here. The last one is not helping us because it's already breached, but if sellers want to retain the control, then I believe this is the major high point. So the invalidation would be a break above the two falling trend lines, then the bearish plan should be invalidated. Otherwise, we should sell on the rise. So if we want to take the opportunity in the bearish direction, I would like to get into a sell trade, short position around 50%, and the stop loss has to be placed higher than the two falling trend lines. And for target, we can go back to the higher time frame, and the first magnet zone gives us the risk to reward of 1.69, and the second magnet zone gives the risk to reward of 3.61. And invalidation we have already explained, breaking above this high. So CHFJPY, look for shorting opportunities on the rise. The next instrument is crude oil. And let's start the analysis from weekly time frame. Now I see major support around this area. So since it's support, let's mark it with blue color. And I can mark the falling trend lines, not the correct one, so I need to start here. So this is a falling trend line, a resistance trend line. Then the next one is here, which is already broken. So here I see the market crossed, the buyers, they crossed the falling trend line, resistance area. And the third one is here. So basically we got the bullish reaction when crude oil reached to the major area of support, and this is the bullish divergence, and the breakout structure is done. Now, after divergence breakout structure, we generally get to see the pullback, and the pullback is taking place now. So I also get the opportunity to apply the first fib extension connecting the lowest, first high and the higher low. Change the color to green. And the second one, not yet possible. So I'll use fib retracement to check the retracement between this level and the high formed. Now, why I'm interested in checking the retracement level? Because when I'm looking at the behavior of MACD, I get to see higher highs, and this gives me the idea that after the pullback, the buyers should take over and take it higher. So that's the reason I need to see the fib retracement here. So I'll start from the lowest, I'll connect to the high, and we have two lines coming closer here. So this turns to be a major resistance now, and it's getting very close to the support zone at 61.8, and the price level is 71.95. Now let's move to the next lower time frame, that is 4H. And if you notice, it reached precisely to the second support zone at fib retracement 61.8 with bullish divergence, and we get to see a sharp bounce here. So buyers have come back at the expected level of retracement. Moving to 1H. Now on the basis of 1 hourly chart, it formed double bottom with bullish divergence, and the buyers have completed the break of structure. I am also going to apply the falling trend line on 4 hourly chart, and here on the basis of 4 hourly chart, this is the falling trend line which is now broken. So we can expect some retracement on the lower time frame and continuation higher. Now if we buy at the current price, we need to analyze the risk to reward ratio. So here on 4 hourly time frame, I get the opportunity to apply one more fib extension in the bullish direction. And I can see some strong zones being formed around 75 to be taken as resistance. So let's mark it red, and the next major resistance will fall around 76.97. And I need to find the duplication, and here is the duplication around 79.46. And if somehow buyers are able to break the falling trend line taken from the higher time frame, then the major duplication of two fib lines is coming around 85. So let's see how it plays. I want to zoom out. I'm going back to daily. So the idea is, if we buy around the current price, you can apply stop loss below 70, could be around 69, okay, and this could be our first target and this could be our second target. So let's use our risk and reward measurement and see the potential. So long position at the current market price, stop loss to be taken below 70, so I'm putting it 68.5, and the first target around 80. So this gives me the risk to reward of 1.88, and if I take it to the second magnet zone, then it gives me the risk to reward of 3.22. So we'll be buying around 72.5, stop loss around 68.5, first target to be taken around 80, and the second target around 85. In short, buy the dips is the plan. The next instrument is New Zealand dollar versus Canadian dollar. And again, I'll start from the weekly time frame here, and on the basis of weekly time frame, this is the major area of support. I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to use the previous bull run to apply bullish fib extension here. So first fib extension applied, and I can also mark fib retracement on the previous major bull run, and it comes exactly between 61 to 80%, the current area of support. That's it, nothing more on the weekly chart, and we can go back to daily. Now on the basis of daily time frame, I'm going to apply the falling trend line, which is now breached, and it has also formed lower low with bullish divergence, and the buyers have completed the break of structure. No signs against on MACD histogram and MACD lines, so bullish momentum is intact. The next major resistance is here, so let's highlight this area, followed by this one, and move to 4-hourly time frame. Now, on the basis of 4-hourly time frame, I'm going to apply fib extension in the bullish direction. And let's go back to second ABC. So I have applied 2 fib extensions on the 4-hourly frame, and yes, the major resistance, the upcoming one, it aligns with the fib extension duplication levels, and the next major extension is around 83.42, and then we have more extensions coming together around 84, and the next one at 85. So all major magnetic zones highlighted here, and no signs against even on 4-hourly time frame. The histogram is rising bullish, and the gap between the two MACD lines is increasing. So bullish momentum is picking up. Now, if you want to trade in the bullish direction, I'm going to apply a rising trend line here by joining the last 2 bullish turning points, and I'm going to move to the lower time frame, that is 1H. Now, this is the latest trend, bullish trend we have highlighted. So it comes with double bottom and bullish divergence, and the buyers have completed the breakout structure. Now it has reached a major fib resistance area taken from the fib extension lines, and I can see the buyers are exhausted. MACD lines, they have started slowing down, and we have potential bearish divergence being formed. Not yet completed, so it is highly anticipated but not yet done. Moving down to 15 minutes time frame, I can find something similar. So loss of momentum, divergence not yet completed, but it seems that it will form the bearish divergence, and we will get some correction from the current level. So if you get to see correction from the current level, let's go back to 4-hourly chart and apply the risk to reward ratio. So I'll be buying on the dips. I will not buy at the current price. So if it stays higher than 0.8164, which is coming from the confluence of the rising trend line and the fib extension, so this is the level I'm talking about. So let's say if we want to buy at this level, so our long position will be initiated somewhere here, and our stop loss to be taken below this duplication zone of the fib lines, and our target can be taken around this area, that is 0.8352. So we'll be buying around 8164. We will protect the buy trade with a stop loss around 0.8072, and the target is taken on the third magnet zone, which gives me the risk to reward of 1.9. And finally, I'm moving to gold. Now gold, again I'll go back to weekly here, and I'm going to apply the fib extension. So skipping the previous fib extensions, I'll start from the low of October 2022. So this is the first fib extension applied, and on the basis of weekly chart, it's running higher, no signs against, and the next major fib extension is visible at 2834 or 2835. So the upcoming resistance for gold is around 2835. I'll move to the next. Okay, before moving to the next lower time frame, I'll apply another fib extension here on the weekly chart, and I'll change the color of the second fib line, and here is the magnet zone. So the next resistance zone is visible from 2835 to 2886, and the major support is here. So I have highlighted the resistance and the support on the basis of multiple fib extension lines plotted on weekly. Now I'm moving to daily, and on the daily time frame, I'll start my fib extension from this low. So this is the first extension applied on daily, and I'm going to change the color to golden. Now even on the basis of golden color line, the extension levels are falling around 2830 to 2885. Now if I look at the behavior of histogram, it's clearly bullish, and even MACD lines are clearly rising, no signs against. So gold remains bullish. It also gives me the opportunity to apply multiple rising trend lines. So this is the first one, first rising trend line. Then I'll start from the touch point of the trend line and apply the next one. Then I'm going to go to 4 hourly time frame, and on the 4 hourly time frame I'm going to use the third trend line. Now I'll use 4 hourly frame to apply the latest Fib extension on 4H, again in the bullish direction. And I'll also mark on the last one here. So I can see the duplication around 2760. So this is to be taken as your support. So currently gold has reached a major Fib extension level of the 4 hourly chart, that is 2811. I can expect temporary pullback here, a retest of the first rising trend line. In case if it gets breached, then it may go to the next level around 2757 to 2760, and then continuation higher. Now I'm moving to 1H, and on 1 hourly system, on 1 hourly time frame, it has formed bearish divergence. It reached a major resistance point, and I can see bearish divergence here formed on histogram and MACD lines together. Now until it remains below 2811, and if we get to see a lower high formation, expect some temporary pullback, retest of the first trend line or the horizontal support area, and then continuation. So I'm not expecting a deeper pullback because higher time frames are all aligned in the bullish direction. So only on 1 hourly basis or maybe on 15 minutes, I can see temporary pullback in gold. I'll apply another trend line here. So the 15 minutes rising trend line is breached, and the sellers have created high, lower high, and next lower high. So this gives a short-term pullback probability to be completed around 2760, and then continuation in the bullish direction. So trade cautiously because it's non-farm payrolls week. So maybe in the beginning of the week, gold might dip, it go back to 2792, maybe deeper to 2760, and finally I'm expecting gold to bounce back. So this is my trading plan for the upcoming week. I hope it adds value to yours. I wish you all a profitable trading week ahead. Bye-bye.